Still no fucks given.
Hey everybody, it's your girl JJtv.
And it's your girl JJtv.
So look here, it's 12 o'clock in the morning. I gotta work tomorrow. We ain't got time to do two damn things at once.
Nah, bruh, nah.
So, what you guys are about to watch is essentially our video footage, or shall I guess you could say background footage, behind the scenes, whatever the case may be, of Justified Juice Radio. So, still celebrity topics, still fuck shit, love hip hop. What else are we talking about? Wu-Tang affiliate,
broke people, rich people, all that.
Kenny Britt, all the bullshit. Keep on watching for the fuckery, and make sure that you tune in to GoJuiceRadio.com every Monday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And you can listen to it on the TuneIn Radio app. Just type in Go Juice, scroll to the bottom of the results. It's the top one. It's in green and white.
And I promise you, I play cuts. I play the cuts. Okay? Also, around the world, local artists, feel free to email us. JustifiedJuiceRadio@gmail.com. Phone check. Alright. Bye. Good morning, guys. You're tuned into another episode of the Justified Juice. I am Jazzy M.
And I'm your girl, Nida.
And we have a lot in store this time for you guys all on our show. But, you know, we want to cover a little bit of the sad stuff first before we get hyped later on. We're going to get straight into the whole Nigerian girls missing. Apparently, some Islamic militants have taken these girls, about 300 or more, and 53 have apparently escaped or more. Shit sounds crazy.
Yeah, and essentially, the thing that really bothers me is the simple fact that a lot of these girls, and I don't want to necessarily say a lot, but rumor has it that some of these girls have already been sold off for as little as $12. And I just can't imagine being at work, living my normal life, and actually hearing that my daughter was not only kidnapped from her school, has been put into a hostage situation, and then come to find out that, oh, now my daughter has been sold for $12.
That's crazy. Now America, Britain, China, France, and Spain have offered to help the Nigerian government. But what makes me a little bit mind-boggled about it is that apparently Nigerian soldiers aren't offering to help find the girls.
And honestly, I'm not really surprised in that, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason why I'm not surprised is I believe that, if I'm not mistaken, did you ever see Hotel Rwanda?
I have.
Isn't that based off a true story?
I think so.
Exactly. And my whole point in saying that is, if you've seen the movie Hotel Rwanda, I think I'm saying that correctly, essentially a big old brawl breaks out. There's like a huge war, and the people from the country, they didn't want to help, they didn't really care, and they were kind of like, okay, there's nothing more that we can do. And it took for America to come in and help out and kind of just get everyone across the border to safety.
And this week,
we're about to talk a little bit more about, and yes, we do know there has been some shootings in Seattle, but it's depressing. So let's talk a little bit something more interesting. Let's shout out a couple producers that Jazzy has been looking into this week.
well, I've been really excited. Usually I have a whole bunch of local music, a whole bunch of local stuff that shows or whatever that we got going on here in Seattle. But I decided this week I've been really into some producers. Producers like Ike Watson, Star Spazin, Deep Pro, and Rob Ross. Very, very fun. A lot of artists are out here working with those guys right now. So big shout out and kudos to you. I don't feel like producers get enough credit when they make the song happen.
They're the one that makes the beat. I think people forget the beat's kind of important. Sometimes a lot of people that aren't necessarily real music lovers, they will hear the beat before they actually hear the music, or shall I say the words of the music.
I got a good key in on this one. I showed Besa today the video I seen on TMZ of Lil Wayne trying to fight after Floyd Mayweather's fight. Apparently he thought one of you know, that dude Mayweather fought, his trainer threw a bottle of water at him. And my thing is, Lil Wayne, what the hell are you gonna? And not only that, if you see in the video, he was getting his little ass snatched up by one of Mayweather's team members.
Snatched up because they were like, boy, you don't want it.
And
you don't want it.
Lil Wayne,
you don't want it.
You little.
You don't want it.
Where do you get off trying to fight not only a boxer, but a boxer's trainer.
Boy, you really don't want
Well,
it.
you don't lost your damn mind.
And you about this big.
I know you're from the projects.
However,
do your ass know how to fight that good to where you feel like you need to get big into the trainer's face? I'm just saying.
And you know, I think people forget. You can be from the projects and you can do street fighting. But street fighting and boxing and MA, and they're different.
A little bit different in technique, I'm just saying.
So, okay, you guys, let's just get into this. Apollo. Not only is he potentially getting 30 years in jail.
Potentially.
At least
his ass is snitching. You know snitches don't never get that long.
Girl,
I'm just saying.
That's his worst case scenario. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and speaking of the snitching, essentially, he decided to make a plea deal with the federal government that he would cooperate. What she just said. and pretty much wear wires whenever he's around criminals, and if he hears anything, essentially, like she said, he gonna snitch if he finds out somebody's doing some craziness. And before we even get into the TI beef, I got a question, y'all. How the heck are you gonna be an informant when everybody knows that you're an informant?
What kind of dumb-ass criminal is going to sit around you while you sit around with a wiretap to your ass? You tell me. We all know you snitching. You done told us yourself. And then you tried to incorporate T.I., who apparently wasn't having that shit.
No, he was not having that shit. He was like, excuse me, you do not put me in with your fuckery. No.
He said, all I need you to do, I ain't hearing all that. You explaining yourself and shit. Cleared up. I was like, not that Killer Mike was in the background more mad than T.I. T.I. just didn't want to wail off on this man. And this man, all you seen him with his white ass pants. First of all, bruh. I'm tired of seeing you some white fucking pants. I'm tired of seeing you in these white listen.
With the plaid shirts.
The plaid shirts and the white pants.
And
Apollo.
the shirt is always burgundy. The shirt is always burgundy.
Girl, and it's always buttoned all the way to the damn top. Nigga, can you breathe?
I was about to say the same thing. Can he breathe?
Can you breathe?
Because he has a big neck.
Listen, Apollo. And apparently, now Faye just talking to... Look, she completely wants to separate herself from the whole situation. And she's definitely... I'm hearing that she's talking about divorcing him. Even in the show, she looks sick of this man. So I wouldn't want my kids around some idiot.
Did you hear her at the reunion?
Father or not?
He was saying something, and she gave him the coldest side eye and was like, will you just shut up and let me talk?
Girl, because the whole reunion, he sounded dumb as hell. Girl, I kid though. Like, I don't live for Kenyon.
I don't.
But when his ass told her that he made her, I died. I said, what?
And then got comfortable in his seat right after.
Like he really said something.
He was like, so. Oh, and then was like, matter of fact, I'm going to give you my P.O. box address so you can put some money on my books.
And I know we have all heard that Dr. Dre has signed a $3.2 billion deal with Apple.
Yes. At least you have to have heard it by now, or else I don't know where you live at because it's all over my Facebook.
But, and it's funny because Forbes did a write-up on this, right?
Forbes wasn't having it.
But then Forbes went back and broke the shit down. They were like, well, no, you're not necessarily a billionaire. Because after state taxes, after this tax and that tax, and then you got to pay this person, that person, you're only worth $800 million. And then you have to think about state tax on top of that. So guess what? I think you're only about worth $400 million.
Sorry.
Forbes, that ain't right.
Forbes ain't shit.
That ain't right.
But at the same time,
shit, at the end of the day, it's a super duper dope deal.
First of all, at the same time, though, if it's true, it's true. Numbers don't lie. It's like when someone's like, oh, I just won the lottery, and then they get the lottery. Okay, well, all that money didn't really come to you. And then I'm sure that Forbes did it because everyone was running around saying that Dr. Dre is the first person in hip-hop to be a billionaire. And they were like, pause.
That's shady, though, because, first of all, don't matter what the state taxes are or none of that. What they signed that deal said billion. So he can run with that. He can say, I still received $3.2 billion. Just because I had to pay this, just because I had to pay that, that don't mean that I'm not worth what I'm worth. Don't try to steal my work. I'm just saying. And I don't think Dre's going to put out... First of all, Dr. Dre's been relevant for a plethora of years, okay? He has plenty of money saved. Not only does he have a label, he makes super beats. Not only does he make super beats, he has Dre beats. Not only does he have Dre beats, he probably has other local businesses. So it's like, really, he could potentially still be worth billions of dollars.
Potentially, but he's not.
Says Forbes.
Because if he was, then he would be.
We don't know that man's account. I ain't gonna take that from him.
Because I think what Forbes is basically saying is that, yes, you did sign a XYZ $1 billion contract, but you didn't get that full billion.
Yeah,
but like, you barely even got to touch it.
Has? What about the money he already has, though? Does that count for something?
But I'm sure that they're adding all of that in there.
No, they don't know that man's bankroll like that.
They have to know something.
Dre's been a millionaire for years, though.
They have to know something. Because if he was
I think
a
they were
billionaire
talking
by now, we would have been known about that.
But I think they were talking specifically about the deal. I think the deal tops it. I don't think that they're saying, like, I don't think that they're talking about Dre's money overall. I think they're talking about this one specific deal. I don't think they could possibly be talking about all his money overall. I don't think they looked that deep into it to where I think they were talking about this one particular deal.
I think that they were adding this deal into what he's worth right now.
Hey, either way, that nigga money long. Either way, Dre's money long.
No matter what, he's definitely not a broke man.
Mm-mm.
But according to Forbes, he ain't no billionaire either.
Well, according to the Huffington Post, Mekhi Phifer ain't either.
Oops.
Apparently, he files bankruptcy, and he's about $1.3 million in debt. Here's how they broke it down.
He got fat?
Girl, yeah, he is pretty chunky.
Y'all, men, hold up, please.
And you know Mekhi Phifer used to be sexy.
I'm going to need for you gentlemen to not get so buff and then get fat because your butt got lazy and started eating ding-dongs and ho-hos.
Ooh, shit,
I need you to continue going to the gym when you, like, it just drives me nuts when you see, like, basketball players and football players when they get old and then the muscle kind of melts off in the fat and they just big, like Scrappy.
Ooh, just like Scrappy.
Like, did y'all see Scrappy on Love and Hip Hop? And he was just looking big than a mother. Like, oh, what happened? He did not look like that last season. Ooh.
And I'm so sorry, y'all. Y'all know me and Besa, we crazy. We drift off and we come back.
Y'all be alright.
We'll drift off and we'll come back.
Y'all be alright.
So drifting off, Bambi. Hell nah. You ain't gonna just come on the show looking like a big ass giraffe and then trying to come for girls. Did you see that little cute girl? I don't know her name. She's trying to come for that little cute girl. Girl, look. Bambi.
Now, for those of you guys that don't know, we are talking about the infamous Love and Hip Hop, ATL. And if you don't watch it, I need you guys to get with it because you're tripping. Like, even if you don't like those type of crazy reality shows, we'll do a full, like, a quick little review at the end. But honestly, it's just one of those reality shows where the drama is so out of this world, you just have to figure out what's going to happen next because it doesn't make any sense.
And you can't help but to look at it. But, alright, so this is where we come back. Mekhi Phifer is a 39-year-old actor racked up approximately $1.2 million in back taxes. And I hate that shit because you always hear about the back taxes. It's like, damn, if you're making that much money, just pay your taxes. Have them take it directly out of your money like we do. $50,000 in lawyer fees and $4,500 in back child support, according to court records obtained by TMZ. Legal documents also show he spends around $11,600 in monthly expenses, but only pulls in $7,500. How?
It's so sad. It's like you have all that money. Because clearly you had a good amount of money if you have that much in back taxes, okay? Why didn't you take a small percentage of that money and hire, like, an accountant that you can trust? You can do your taxes on TurboTax. What's the problem?
I mean, because when your money's that big, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. We understand. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it to where you don't really want to handle that. You got to handle it. You have to have an accountant.
Which is why he clearly had the money to pay somebody.
But Mekhi Phifer, you got me fucked up. Here's why. Why is it that we having a problem with child support?
Oops.
Okay, listen. Me being a mother, I'm not having it. Okay? If you have this much money to where you gotta spend $11,600 a month, even though you can't afford it, I'm coming for you. I'm just saying. So I need you to do what you need to do. And see, I had a level of respect, you know, paid in full. That was my movie. That was everybody's movie.
It was a good movie. It was a good movie.
You had, I was sad. Girl, that movie, I was like, ooh, Mekhi Phifer. Ooh, first off, he's sexy as hell. And second of all, you just played this role. Luckily, I like the co-star. What's her name? Julia something. Save the Last Dance. Anyway, her. He was in the movie with her and And then, you know, you was on ER. You did some pretty dope stuff along the way. So why is it that, for real, a problem with child support? That sounds unreal to me. Ugh. Anyways, we're going to move on. Because he's finna piss me off. And I don't really want to have to come for Mekhi Phifer. Because I have respect for him. And you're only 39. What the fuck? And you looking old. I'm just saying.
You guys. So, I know that on Saturday, you were on Facebook. And I'm pretty sure that you seen the little 15-second clip that hit Instagram of Mr. Kenny Britt of the, what does he play for? The Rams. I believe he's a Rams receiver. Mm-hmm. And it looks like he is in his car doing some nasty things with, I believe, his wife. And somehow, some way, this photo got on his Instagram. And the title was, let me see, hold on. I gotta give y'all the title.
It says, you know it pisses me off. It's always somehow, some way. Always a oops. Oops, so, I didn't mean it.
Right under the picture on his Instagram, it says, once you hear that ... it's a wrap. Man, you got freaking comments saying LMFAO. Somebody else was like, it's public ... you tripping. Someone else was like, please tell your fans you were hacked. Please, please, please. Because, ooh.
Why are women starting to allow themselves, like, first of all, that's just disrespectful for that to be your privacy. Oh, this shit, it wasn't that private. Y'all was in a car. But, you know, to allow what you guys got going on to be exposed so greatly to the world. Like, why do you not want to keep something like that for yourself, especially if it's your wife?
Especially if it's your wife.
I don't see what this whole trying to capitalize or trying to gain fans or just thinking that it's cool to just put your sex life out in the open for everybody to see.
I don't understand why you think... I'm really praying that somebody hacked his phone because it does not make any sense for you to post something like that on Instagram.
Why'd you record it?
On
your phone, bruh.
I mean, some people just record
on your phone, bruh.
People do that.
On your phone in your car, bruh.
That's still not a surprise to me.
On your phone in your car, bruh, and you are a receiver for the Rams, bruh.
That's still not a surprise to me.
You couldn't even upgrade your bitch and take her into a hotel room and set some shit up. At least Nico had enough respect for this bitch, Nene. What's her name? Mimi.
You ain't never did nothing in the car before?
And I bet you that shit wasn't filmed.
Yeah, but...
I bet you didn't see no 15-second snippet. I wish you would.
Well, of course not.
I bet you that he had enough respect for me to keep my ass off his phone.
But I just feel like if it's your husband, sometimes it's a little different.
Not on Instagram.
Well, of course, not on Instagram. But I'm just saying, for him to record it in the car, that's not the surprise to me. That's not a big deal to me. Whatever. This is your husband, your man. They probably got kids together, whatever have you. Do things like that, watch it on your own. But when somehow this photo gets uploaded to social media, that's when I'm like, okay, what happened here? Somebody got some explaining to do because that don't even make no sense.
It's always the somehow, I don't know. And then I bet you in a minute we're about to see these interviews with her crying and I just don't know. I was dropping my ass on this penis in the car and it just so happened to get on Instagram. No, bitch. We know how it got on Instagram. You or him. Period.
One of you guys decided to post it.
Oh my God.
Because it's like, it doesn't make sense. So what? Somebody either hacked your phone, they hacked your computer, and then they also had to hack your Instagram. It just seems like too much. Somehow, some way, somebody thought it was a good idea to post that shit on Instagram. And that ain't good.
Well, you know everybody about capitalizing right now.
Of course they are. But guess what? What are you really going to capitalize off of when you posted something like that on Instagram? It's not
They're
like...
about to make a full-blown sex tape. Everybody want to make a sex tape.
Damn, you mean
you either go, you know what I'm talking about? Either they want to make a sex tape playing with herself, Erica Mena, or you, Jocelyn Hernandez, or you can be Nico and Mimi, and you can just go and be like, you know what, here, and sign your name on the dotted line, and you got a couple more coming after this. Y'all just stay tuned, because we got a couple more sex tapes after this, right?
Don't make no goddamn sense, but, I mean, if you want to sell your soul, do what you do.
That's what Erica said. She said, girl, she done sold her soul to the devil.
And it's like, to me, I get what I guess we'll get into that a little bit later, but honestly, I get it.
No, we can get into that right now.
It's money for your kids, but girl, that's dirty money.
Here, because we've been watching Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I don't know how many's keeping up. But the look on his face from the moment that he told her, like, y'all didn't act that out correctly. Like, y'all didn't act that out correctly because, for one, after the fact, they're way too comfortable.
Oh, yeah, they're still way too comfortable for me.
Way too comfortable talking about it. Way too comfortable talking about it. And then, interview after interview, you slowly hear that it was pretty much planned. Didn't you tell me about something about they come pick him up, take him to an unknown location or some shit? And was that you?
I didn't say that. Somebody tagged me in something, but she was talking about when they record the show. I don't think she was talking about when they record the sex tape.
Hey, either way, bitch, you knew you was going to record that sex tape and sell it because you guys had it too professionally done.
Fuck the bullshit. This is how she knew that it was gonna get sold or leaked. During the show, Nico says, I like the way you turn up when that light comes, when that little red light comes on.
Yes, he did.
And then, but wait though, but this is what else he said. He goes, I want to exploit that.
And then she asked her friends, so how do you guys feel about making a sex tape? Not recording your sex at home with your man in your privacy and just having that on the archive. She said, how do you feel about making a sex tape? And her friends who love themselves were like, what?
No. And if so, bitch, you better keep the tape. Wow.
That shit was never lost. That shit never got found. That shit never got leaked. It was sold, it was made, and it was taken to the man. They said, we can make some money off of this. They said, look at Kim Kardashian. That bitch was about to not be relevant, and she made a sex tape, and she was relevant. And she stayed relevant, and she's still relevant. So you know what? Hey, why not?
It's just so sad.
Hey, Nico's hella hard to look at, too. I don't know how you did that shit, bitch. That man looked weird.
You let that man penetrate you, girl.
Ugh. Gross.
The dude that's affiliated with Wu-Tang. I still don't even know what the guy's name is, but we all know about the guy that's affiliated with Wu-Tang. He chopped off his penis and hopped off a freaking building and tried to basically commit suicide. But we did not know why he did that until, I want to say today or yesterday is when TMZ decided to post it. Essentially, what they're saying is he was stressed out because he was not able to see his daughters, and he was reading some book about monks and vasectomies and something like that. And he was smoking weed, and then while he's reading the book, he felt like,
crack.
Girl, he don't do that to you, honey.
Crack is whack.
Girl, it was laced with something. That ain't no, you didn't get that from a dispensary.
Nah.
Anyways, girl. And so he said while he was reading the book about the monks and the vasectomies, he just decided to be like, things were closing in on him. He got a little freaked out, chopped off his manhood, hopped out a 2-story building, and they had to swoop him up and take him to the hospital. Well, rumor had it that he wasn't going to be able to have his manhood back, but apparently he had some surgery and they was able to get it back, and apparently it's working again, but that man can't have no kids.
That shit just sounds crazy. There's no understanding. Like, you really don't want to have kids again that bad to where you got to chop your... Listen, how? What did you use?
I don't want to know.
What did you use? And was the shit halfway off when you was jumping out? Ugh, that's a crazy visual right there.
Stop.
That's nasty.
Stop.
I don't think... Listen, I bet you his baby's mom now is like, here, damn, see the kids.
Oh my God.
You know she's probably tripping out. Like, is this fool crazy or what?
Clearly he's crazy. You done chopped off your manhood and hopped out a window.
Oh my God.
And it didn't work. You still here. And you will forever be known.
Now you had to go buy a new penis. You could have saved you some money, bro.
Girl. If that was the case, why the heck didn't he just call Lorena Bobbitt?
Oh, damn.
She could have did it for him.
Shade.
Just saying.
Just saying.
My bad.
Oh, since we're talking about controversy, let's just get into a little bit more controversy. 2014 freshman class on double XL. There's been some controversy about that.
Every year.
Every year.
I'm going to be frank. It don't matter what list comes out. Nobody's ever happy with the list. It doesn't matter if it's MTV list. It doesn't matter if it's double XL list. It doesn't matter if it's a Forbes list. Nobody ever likes these lists.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like that's why they're called freshmen.
Clearly.
Okay? You see what? Mac Miller, you said? Macklemore? Yeah, we see. Lil Durk is even coming up. He's on this year, but I'm just saying, like, he's coming up. Many people know him. He just had it turned up in Vegas. I'm just saying. But speaking of Lil Durk, what the hell is up with him and Tyga? Like, why do they feel the need to beef about some shit? Like, that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. Lil Durk, apparently Tyga did a diss about Lil Durk because, of course, Tyga wants to make himself feel known and he wants to get his name back out there. So he wants to be beefing with somebody on the come up like people usually do when they're trying to maintain their relevance.
Mike Epps.
Ooh, girl.
Any hoopers.
Fuck Lil Durk and Tyga real quick. Because
Mike Epps.
How dare you?
The audacity.
Try to come for the king. I'm going to say right now. But really, though, you going to come for Kevin Hart? Out of all the people? Now, not only is he doing more than you in comedy, he's doing more than you in acting. He's doing more than you in appearances. He's doing more than you on every level. Like, you are, now don't get me wrong, Mike Epps is funny, but he's funny when he's scripted funny. He's not one of those naturally funny people. He's like a Chris Tucker.
He's funnier in movies.
You are way funnier in skits and movies than you are on stand-up. Bro, I seen you. Okay? Right here in Seattle at the Paramount. I seen you. I'm just saying. I was more into Scruncho than you. And that was your opener. Or your host. One or the other. I was texting on my phone. I was sipping my liquor. I went out and took 20, 30 pictures. And came back and was still like, damn, this nigga's still on.
You ain't got no shame.
I forgot he was the headliner. Fuck.
That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. You should not forget that he's the headliner.
Girl, I forgot he was the headliner. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, just stop. I couldn't even. Kevin Hart is getting a key out of this, girl.
What did Kevin Hart sell out again?
Madison Square Garden, girl.
How many nights in a row again?
Girl. 3.
Anyways, so Mike Epps, when you do that, come talk to me.
Ooh. Like
3 nights in a row.
Said, he's the first ever comedian. I don't know, bruh.
Not 1, not 2. And yes, he opened for you. But guess what? You have not sold out Madison Square Garden.
And I guarantee, if he tries to do a show now, he would be opening for Kevin Hart before.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
Come on, man.
Girl, he'd probably be opening for freaking Cat Williams if it really came down to
it. Ooh,
it.
that is shade, because we know Cat was doing bad for a minute.
But Cat is still funnier on stand-up.
He really is, though. From beginning to the end. When Cat opens his mouth, you be like, you be ready to laugh.
Exactly.
You be ready to laugh.
His voice is funny. And, you know, I just find it funny that you want to sit up here and be like, oh, they opened for me. First of all, everybody has to start somewhere. First of all. Second of all, what happened in the past does not matter anymore. If they're doing better than you are now, than you were then, when they were opening for you and you potentially need to open for them, that doesn't matter.
Nope.
You're not where he's at, and technically, the thing with Mike Epps is that he's technically like a quote-unquote legend because he's been around for so long and he has so much longevity, just because of the longevity of it. But in terms of relevance, and in terms of who's making the money, in terms of who's going to get booked for shows and XYZ, you're going to have to realize that Kevin Hart's going to win. And I know that they're talking about how it's a joke and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, but honey, I'm pretty sure it's a joke once you realize that. I'm pretty sure that he had some things in his mentions where he was like, yeah, y'all are right, let me stop.
Yeah, let me sit back and relax.
The Dream. I don't know if he's still in jail because he did just post something to Instagram. But he allegedly beat his girlfriend when she was about 6-7 months pregnant. Supposedly, let her tell it. She didn't say anything because she was quote unquote in fear of her life because basically he threatened her if she said anything. She's claiming that he kicked her, punched her, choked her with the necklace that she was wearing, scratched her up. There's some pretty nasty photos on TMZ.com.
Yeah, she was pretty bruised up.
If I'm not mistaken, you guys can definitely go to the Justified Juice Facebook page, and you can also go to the Justified Juice Twitter and see some of the photos, but they're pretty bad. And you know, if you ask The Dream, one, he's saying that she's a con artist. He's saying that he would never do that to a woman. You also ask The Dream, he's saying the reason why she's saying something now is because her visa is about to expire.
Oh, shut up, Shay.
He's allegedly saying that the reason why she's saying something now is because her visa is about to expire. And apparently, if you have a situation going on with an abuser or whatever have you, as long as they need you for trial, you get to stay.
Listen, I know she didn't pull a thin line between love and hate on him.
Girl.
I know she didn't just start whooping her own ass.
Girl. But this is the thing,
not that he came out Chris Brown style on her.
But this is the thing, though. If he's telling the truth, so that means that she beat herself up 7 months ago, right? So if she beat herself up 7 months ago, why didn't he report her as being crazy?
Right.
Because
I would have covered
beat
my own
herself
ass ahead of time.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I would have been called the cops on, girl, you just beat yourself up and you're pregnant. That don't make no sense. I hate to say it, but it honestly makes more sense for her to be like, I didn't say anything because I was fearful of my life, than for him to be like, oh, she's only saying something now because of XYZ. Well, it's like, well, why didn't you say that she beat her ass?
Yeah,
that she's crazy a while ago.
The dream runs through women, as we know.
As we know.
He had Nivea, he had Christina Milian, he had her, he
had some girl in the water.
In so little time. There might be something wrong. I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't know for sure. I ain't there. I ain't been in a relationship. But there might be a little bit something wrong.
A little bit.
Potentially. But, and it sucks because I don't understand. Like, it's never one of these rappers' wives. It's always the singer's wives. Like, damn, why? I thought y'all was supposed to be the soft ones. Why y'all got to be whooping ass and taking names?
I'm not telling you about calling these singers soft.
Hey, clearly they've been proving that they are with the shit.
I'm just saying.
I am just saying. But, the Dream makes good music and it sucks. I don't support the domestic violence, but I hate that you guys be whooping these girls' behinds and then you make this good ass music and then I'm forced to listen to it. Like, damn.
I'm supposed to play falsetto when I'm looking at her bruises.
Damn, like that was not a sweet night. That was not a falsetto.
I can't listen to Purple Kisses anymore. Ooh, those are some bad Purple Kisses.
Ooh, them is some.
No pun intended. I'm sorry, y'all.
Them is black and blue and that orangey color when them light skins be turning back to.
And they were. I showed you them pictures.
Oh man.
Okay, you guys, tweet us at Justified Juice. Do you think the Dream did it? Do you think that she beat her own ass, waited until 7 months later to put up photos
crazy. I'm
so
sorry.
she could stay in the country?
The more you say that, girl, this shit just sounds crazy. Like, she just whooped her own ass and she's pregnant and she really just wants him that bad to where she's going to whoop her own ass and then put it on.
And then put the baby in danger. Girl, having the Dream's baby? That is money. I'm not saying that you should be a gold digger, but why would you turn?
He said, part of me feels so bad, but ooh. Not that bad.
Guys, we are back and we're gonna close this session out with a little section that we gonna call, at least at the moment, Things Juice Girls Hate. Okay?
We always got some shit that we just love to rant about.
And, okay, things I hate. I hate when people poke me on Facebook. I hate that. If you have something to say, if you need my attention, send me a message. Write at me. Do something. But you do not have to poke me. And then you poke me and don't even send a freaking message. It's just a poke. What is the poke button for?
I don't know.
This is not a dating site.
But then I hate when they're poking. Didn't you just leave a comment on my shit?
What was the poke for?
Why did you poke?
Like, what did you even want?
I'm gonna poke her. I'm gonna make sure she know I'm here. I left a comment. She didn't comment back. I'm poking this.
I'm gonna poke you.
I'm poking her ass. Poke.
The fuck?
Get out of here with that shit.
What you hate?
Girl, thing I hate. See, and I have to explain myself before I go here, because if you are listening, I base my rants off real life situations that happen to me. And if you do some fuckery shit, I won't necessarily say your name, but I'm pretty sure you're going to be knowing that I'm talking about you. But I hate.
Hey, my thing I hate just happened about 5 minutes ago, so I can't talk.
But I hate, okay, when a girl is feeling herself so much to the point where she offers herself to a man, and because he rejected her, she feels the need to get loud, talk shit, blabbermouth about him, go ham, and then be the bad bitch that she is, if you know what I mean.
And embarrass herself.
Girl, you sound and look crazy, okay? That's why he didn't want your ass, because how many times did you do that?
Potentially. It seems like you was a little comfortable going off like that.
And then you're going to stop. Girl, I don't mean, listen, because if I say too much more, it's going to be revealed.
Girl, let's go into my next thing that I hate. My last thing that I hate for the day is if I post a picture of, say, I don't know, a shooting, and then you leave a comment, and it's like, girl, your shoes that you wore yesterday were cute? What the heck does that have to do with what I just posted?
Not that somebody died, bitch, and you thinking about my shoes.
Girl, people be posting some of the most random things on my statuses that don't have nothing to do with what I posted. To the point where I have to be like, that's irrelevant. Or I have to be like, please stop posting random things on my page. Or I have to be like, what does that really have to do with that? Or I have to be like, or I have to like just delete them. Like, I sometimes will really go through and I will delete comments that people leave that have nothing to do with what I just posted. It's like, you could have just sent me a message if that's what you wanted to know. Got my shit looking all random.
That shit sounds crazy. Well, one last thing that I hate. Everybody knows Jazzy, okay? Jazzy has to have a lash or two. She always has to. She has to have a lash. Basically can't stand that shit.
Goddamn.
She has to be ready. She has to be put together. If you see me looking crazy, it's because it's a quick second. I had to run and do this real quick, girl. But don't think that I get caught off guard all the time, okay? But when when I have shit to do already, and you include yourself in my plans, don't rush me. I'm just saying. If I had somewhere to go and you know I had somewhere to go and you include yourself in the ride going north or south, don't rush me. I ain't a part of your plans. I ain't been a part of your plans. I wasn't supposed to be a part of your plans. You just included yourself in my plans. So don't fucking.
You could have took the bus. You better be happy that you are not at that bus stop.
Honey, because you know it be raining out here. Okay?
Don't play.
It's hard out here.
And it's cold.
It's hard out here. I'm just saying. Don't include yourself in my shit and think that I'm supposed to go along with your shit. Okay? And so with that being said, I am Jazzy M.
And of course I am your sassy yet giggly girl, Nida.
I know. I'm so glad this bitch admitted that she's sassy. And she tell me I'm sassy. That bitch sassy.
Girl, do you see my cards? Class with a kiss of sass. Get your life. It's on all my websites.
Class with a kiss of sass and sometimes be an ass.
Yep.
I am.
'Cause ain't no superheroes. They feel safer on their pillows.
Producers that Jazzy has been looking into this week.
Well, I've been really excited. Usually I have a whole bunch of local music, a whole bunch of local stuff that shows or whatever that we got going on here in Seattle. But I decided this week I've been really into some producers. Producers like Ike Watson, Star Spazin, Deep Pro, and Rob Ross. Very, very fun. A lot of artists are out here working with those guys right now. So big shout out and kudos to you. I don't feel like producers get enough credit when they make the song happen.
They're the one that makes the beat. I think people forget the beat's kind of important. Sometimes a lot of people that aren't necessarily real music lovers, they will hear the beat before they actually hear the music, or shall I say the words of the music.
I got a good key in on this one. I showed Besa today the video I seen on TMZ of Lil Wayne trying to fight after Floyd Mayweather's fight. Apparently he thought one of that dude Mayweather fought, his trainer threw a bottle of water at him. And my thing is, Lil Wayne, what the hell you gonna? And not only that, if you see in the video,
Still no fucks given.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Janae Besa.
I miss your girl Jazzy M.
So look here, it's 12 o'clock in the morning. I gotta work tomorrow. We ain't got time to do two damn things at once.
Nah, bruh, nah.
So, what you guys are about to watch is essentially our video footage, or shall I guess you could say background footage, behind the scenes, whatever the case may be, of Justified Juice Radio. So, still celebrity topics, still fuck shit, love hip hop. What else are we talking about? Wu-Tang affiliate,
Broke people, rich people, all that.
Kenny Britt, all the bullshit. Keep on watching for the fuckery, and make sure that you tune in to GoJuiceRadio.com every Monday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And you can listen to it on the TuneIn Radio app. Just type in Go Juice, scroll to the bottom of the results. It's the top one. It's in green and white.
And I promise you, I play cuts. I play the cuts. Okay? Also, around the world, local artists, feel free to email us. JustifiedJuiceRadio@gmail.com. Phone check. Alright. Bye. Good morning, guys. You're tuned into another episode of the Justified Juice. I am Jazzy M.
And I'm your girl, Nida Besa.
And we have a lot in store this time for you guys all on our show. But, we want to cover a little bit of the sad stuff first before we get hyped later on. We're going to get straight into the whole Nigerian girls missing. Apparently, some Islamic militants have taken these girls, about 300 or more, and 53 have apparently escaped or more. Shit sounds crazy.
Yeah, and essentially, the thing that really bothers me is the simple fact that a lot of these girls, and I don't want to necessarily say a lot, but rumor has it that some of these girls have already been sold off for as little as $12. And I just can't imagine being at work, living my normal life, and actually hearing that my daughter was not only kidnapped from her school, has been put into a hostage situation, and then come to find out that, oh, now my daughter has been sold for $12.
That's crazy. Now America, Britain, China, France, and he was getting his little ass snatched up by one of Mayweather's team members.
Snatched up because they were like, boy, you don't want it. You don't want it.
Lil Wayne.
You don't want it.
You little.
You don't want it.
Where do you get off trying to fight not only a boxer, but a boxer's trainer?
Boy, you really don't want it.
Well, you done lost your damn mind.
And you about this big.
I know you're from the projects.
However,
do your ass know how to fight that good to where you feel like you need to get big into the trainer's face? I'm just saying.
And I think people forget, you can be from the projects and you can do street fighting, but street fighting and boxing and MMA, and they're different.
A little bit different in technique, I'm just saying.
So, okay, you guys, let's just get into this. Apollo. Not only is he potentially getting 30 years in jail.
Potentially.
At least
his ass is snitching. You know snitches don't never get that long.
Girl,
I'm just saying.
That's his worst case.
Spain have offered to help the Nigerian government, but what makes me a little bit mind-boggled about it is that apparently Nigerian soldiers aren't offering to help find the girls.
And honestly, I'm not really surprised in that, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason why I'm not surprised is I believe that, if I'm not mistaken, did you ever see Hotel Rwanda?
I have.
Isn't that based off a true story?
I think so.
Exactly. And my whole point in saying that is, if you've seen the movie Hotel Rwanda, I think I'm saying that correctly, essentially, a big old brawl breaks out. There's like a huge war, and the people from the country, they didn't want to help, they didn't really care, and they were kind of like, okay, there's nothing more that we can do. And it took for America to come in and help out and kind of just get everyone across the border to safety.
And this week,
we're about to talk a little bit more about, and yes, we do know there has been some shootings in Seattle, but it's depressing. So let's talk a little bit something more interesting. Let's shout out a couple